Biden's time as president was truly a sleeper. Biden, 82, took more time off than any other U.S. president in modern history, spending 577 of his 1,463 days in office, or 39% of his presidency, on vacation, according to shocking new data compiled by the Republican National Committee. The average American, who gets 11 paid vacation days a year, would have to work 52 years to rack up as much downtime as Biden scored in his 4 years. Considering how awful his misguided policies were and the various crises they created, from the border to inflation, imagine the damage he would have done if he worked every day, quipped Reps Nicole Malliotakis, R-Staten Island, Brooklyn. I'm not sure if we should be mad or thankful he worked so little. That staggering tally includes R&R 43 of the 70 days, or 61%, after being pressured by fellow Democrats in July 21st to drop his re-election bid. Biden's relaxation ratio outstripped the previous vacationer-in-chief, George H.W. Bush, who spent 37% of his presidency, 543 of 1,461 days, away from the White House. Biden's out-of-office ratio far surpasses time off taken by Trump, who spent 26% of his first term away from Washington, D.C., 381 of his 1,461 days in office, records show. Ronald Reagan and Barack Obama vacationed for just 11% of their two-term presidencies, and workhorse Jimmy Carter took only 79 days of breaks, accounting for 5% of his single term in office. George W. Bush spent 1,020, or 35%, of his 2,922 days in office away from D.C. in his two terms, including plenty of time at his Texas ranch, according to tallies by the Cleveland Plain Dealer. Biden had already been enjoying massive amounts of time at his vacation home in Rehoboth Beach, DE, before former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi and other once loyal cronies bumped him off the party's presidential ticket in favor of VP Kamala Harris. He then spent most of the next 2 months vacationing there, California's wine region in Santa Ynez Valley, the presidential retreat at Camp David, and at his other home in Wilmington, Delaware, records show. This included taking a jaw-dropping 23 straight days off from August 8 to September 2. Biden took vacations to Nantucket in late November and to St. Croix, Virgin Islands. In late December, he did show up to work most of his last 2 months in the office. During that time, he issued the most presidential pardons and commutations in U.S. history, including pardoning his son Hunter Biden, who was facing prison sentences on federal felony gun and tax convictions. Thanks to the mandate delivered by voters in November, Joe Biden and former Vice President Kamala Harris are now on a permanent vacation, said RNC Communications Director Zach Parkinson. And thanks to President Trump, our country is back on track. Biden's reps did not return messages.